Hello, everybody. This is Catholic Dad, episode number 209. Feminists, listen up. I want women to think about this, and I'm not just talking feminists. I'm talking women in general. For the vast majority of the world, the history of the world, that that when men and women got together and made families, it was the decision of the man. It was not the decision of the woman. In fact, the Inuit, which are the Inuit are the Eskimo in Canada and Alaska. They're called the Inuit. It means the people, essentially, and they have a process called running to ground. That in the springtime, when they emerge from the igloos in the winter, and the spring thaw occurs, there's something called running to ground, and that a male has the capacity, if he can catch a female and run her to ground, he can actually copulate with her. That's the Inuit. That's a native population, and for the vast majority of the world, by the way, that's the way it's been. That if you can catch her, you can have her. And there was this weird thing called Christianity that came along. That actually Judaism as well. That you could women actually had to consent to it, and it had to be in a ceremonial type situation, and it was called the sacrament of marriage. That the man could catch the woman, but he had to catch her, and then she had to consent to him, and she had to consent to him in front of parents of both parties, and we called this thing the sacrament of marriage. For the vast majority of humankind, it was essentially the big strong male can go have the woman. And Christianity humanized this essentially, and made it so the woman has the capacity to say no. And so that's Christianity in a nutshell. That's the marital vow, and essentially that's what built Western civilization. Western civilization was the first place to do it, and it was also did it the best. But here's the deal, by the way. So we've gone through 2,000 years of this. And now women want out. They want nothing to do with Christian vows. They want nothing to do with the sacramental life of the church. They want nothing to do with the consent of the female, because they've gained so much power in the New World Order that they don't want the institution that actually saved them from being run to the ground. Run into the ground. And I don't know if they realize what the future holds for them. Like, Christianity essentially made it that it's the woman's decision and the man's decision to actually mutually get together and form families. And now they want out of that institution. And if they go out of that institution, I don't think, are they going to be enlightened, right? Are they going to go to a higher institution, a more enlightened place? Or are they going to go back to the place where they were before? My suspicion is they're not going to go to a better place. They're going to go to a worse place. And so they need to really beware, and they really need to study history, because if you push off the institution of marriage, essentially you push off the power of woman, because it was the woman that was able to decide the man, mutually agreeing with the man. But if you didn't have the institution of marriage, it would have been an institution of force. And that's the way it always was. That's the way humankind was. That's the way the animal kingdom still is today. I don't know if you ever own chickens or ducks or goats or whatever else. It's essentially, if the man wants it, he gets it. And humans, it's not that way. And it's not that way because of religious institutions such as the Holy Roman Catholic Church. So you feminists out there that think you can throw off that institution, that yoke of the Roman Catholic Church, when you throw off the yoke of the Roman Catholic Church, you're taking a bigger yoke on, and a far greater risk. And I don't think you realize that. And so this is Catholic Dad making you think about it. If you realize what freed womankind from essentially forced copulation, it was not womankind rising up and dominating the rest of the species. It was the Roman Catholic Church, through the inspiration of the Holy Spirit and the guidance of Jesus Christ himself, that created the sacrament of marriage, where you actually had the cultural design of consent to marriage, which I don't think you realize how important that is. It's ginormous. It's essentially freed womankind from the from slavery to man. And that's something, honestly, I think was great for the world. It was great for humankind. It was great for mankind. It was great for womankind. It was great for everybody. And I think you saw how Western civilization rose from that. That when woman is free to decide, everybody benefits. And so, feminists, beware. You got to really think about it. Don't throw off that yoke of the sacrament of marriage. Go to that yoke of sacrament of marriage, because that is your freedom. Boy, that sounds horrible, but it's not. It's true. God bless you. Pray the daily rosary, get the mass, and share and like and subscribe. God bless you all.